First off, I want to give all praises and glory to the Most High YAHAWAH, in the name of His only begotten Son YAHAWASHI, in the name of the Holy Spirit. In Hebrew, it's called Halal Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashai Bahashem Rahach Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS who taught me this truth. Salutations to all the brothers out there that's teaching this word in truth and sincerity, and peace, blessings, and healings unto the elect, because that's why we do these videos. And today I want to talk about this. It says a November stock market crash is on the horizon. All of this will end in tears. Okay, and I'm going to play a little bit of this video. I'm not going to play all of it, but you know, those who trusted in riches in the last days, you know, it's going to fail you, man. You know, you made God your money, it's going to fail you. You know, YAHAWASHI is going to bring this whole thing down. But you know, on the other side of that, the NWO want to bring down the economy also, because they want to set up their new monetary system, the fourth industrial revolution. Everything is digital. Okay, so let's play a little bit of this, and then I'll stop it halfway, and then I'm gonna get into some scriptures.
Evil October has shaken the stock market and sparked fear amongst investors. After all, this is the month in which some memorable bad developments have happened. The Panic of 1907, a little-mentioned banking meltdown alarmingly similar to 2007, the infamous Black Tuesday, Black Thursday, and Black Monday of 1929, and the Black Monday of 1987. Even though October is almost over and only a few stocks have experienced a significant downturn, market insiders say the entire market is tipping on a knife's edge, and a crash of epic proportions is fast approaching. Global events are rapidly accelerating, with geopolitical tensions growing worse, while on the other side of the ocean, Europe and Asia are facing a severe energy crisis that is threatening to compromise global economic growth. Economists and financial analysts are cautioning Americans about yet another dark winter. As temperatures start to go down, inflation will spike, fueled by skyrocketing energy costs. And all that means there's still time for equity markets to see the risks lying ahead before the end of the month, and investors start reacting before things go south. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve is extremely worried about the rapid pace of inflation growth, and borrowing costs are following the same upward trend, which will start hitting consumers' wallets before the end of the year. But everything can fall apart even before we have to take our winter coats out of the closet. The Fed is about to hike interest rates over the next few weeks, and that will remarkably increase the chance of setting off a massive stock market crash. Over the past year, the US stock market recorded an unprecedented boom, mostly thanks to low interest rates. The Fed's policies artificially propped up the market by suppressing interest rates to near zero levels, and in that way, making borrowing conditions more appealing for traders to take more money to invest and push up company valuations to sky highs. With millions of consumers earning almost nothing on their money in savings accounts, many of them have decided to turn to equities, looking for a better return. That is to say, if interest rates start going up, many of these investors will run for the exits. Higher interest rates could also trigger widespread stress in the economy. Companies struggling with mounting debt could be in trouble to meet higher interest rates. This could also result in a sharp economic decline, which would also be bad news for stocks. In short, there's a wide range of risks that could trigger a stock market crash after an interest rate hike. That's why, according to experienced investor Peter Komalafe, now is the time to reduce risk as much as possible. In a recent interview, the investor explained that the stock market historically runs on a cycle. The markets will go on a run of profits, and then it will correct itself and crash to normal levels, so we are way overdue, he said. Another notorious market veteran recently made the headlines saying that situations like these always end badly, especially considering that most investors are blindly relying on the assumption that the Fed will prop up the most extreme valuations in history, and warned that stocks are due for a crash of nearly 70%. Ever since the health crisis turned our economy upside down and the central bank intervened, issuing trillions of dollars to support the markets and avert a financial catastrophe, the Fed's liquidity injections have become a common explanation among investors for why the current stock market valuations are soaring so high. The enhanced volume of liquidity in the market, thanks to the near-zero interest rate policy and the $120 billion per month in asset purchases from the U.S. Central Bank, might explain steep valuations, so the argument keeps being perpetuated. Another common argument is that the S&P 500 earnings have largely surpassed analysts' expectations since the depths of the recession last year. However, according to John Hussman, the president of the Hussman Investment Trust, all of these assumptions are wrong, and investors are making a serious mistake in believing this narrative. Hussman is known for having called the dot-com bubble, and in a recent note, he cautioned investors that are clearly misunderstanding how Federal Reserve stimulus actually supports markets. Its real effect is on investor psychology, he said. To put it simply, even if the central bank keeps injecting more liquidity in the market, it doesn't mean that stocks will remain at record highs or be immune to poor performance. The thing that holds the stock market up isn't zero-interest liquidity, at least not in any mechanical way. It's a particularly warped form of speculative psychology that rules out the possibility of loss, regardless of how extreme valuations have become.
So I'm going to put this video into the description down below, man. It's an interesting video, but we all know that's in a note that the economy is going to crash. You know, we believe that YAHAWASHI controls good and evil. He controls all things, and for his prophecy to take place, you know, the mark of the beast got to get set up, and you know, he's using Esau Edom to implement this new system to crash the old system. So we know what's coming. Okay, it's all written about. And I want to get some scriptures. Okay, this is Matthew 6:24. It says, "No man can serve two masters." Okay, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Okay, so let's see what mammon means. You know, you go down, you can look up words, you know, in a blue letter especially. Mammon, what's it say? Um,
Strong's G 3126. Mamonas. Mamonas.
Mamonas, it means treasure, riches, which is personified and opposed to God. So, going back, you know, you cannot serve God and mammon. So, you know, the end of the world is going to put everybody in position to pick a side. Either you're going to serve Yahweh Shemashai, or you're going to believe these people, the government and what they got going on, and think it's going to reign forever and ever and ever. What side you going to pick? You going to pick them, or you going to pick Yahweh Shemashai? And everybody's going to have to make that decision. Okay? And it just is what it is. You know? And don't complain when you make the wrong one, you know? This is Judges 10:14. It says, "Go and cry unto the gods which you have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation." So, you know, everybody that put their trust in money, God is their money. Money's their God. You know, Yahweh Shemashah is going to make you stand on that, man. He's going to make you stand on that. So, keeping it going, this is Habakkuk 2:6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." This is talking about, you know, especially the American economy, especially and how much debt it's in. That's why it says it laden itself with thick clay, and it increaseth in things which is not his, because America got rich off of slave labor, off of hard work that they didn't do, you know, and riches that's not theirs also by going to other countries and stealing stuff, you know, taking all the resources all around the world. You know, all that's going to come back to bite them in the ass in the end, man. You know, but let's get this American debt, U.S. national debt clock, 28, shoot, trillion, $28 trillion in debt. You know what I'm saying? And you can see why they're going to crash it, man. There's no way to pay that back. No way to pay that back. I'm sure the Rothschilds, get these DuPonts, they can pay that back immediately, but they're not going to do it. You know, they put all y'all people in debt. Now they own you all, man. You know, this is Zephaniah 1 and 10. This is talking about the stock market crashing. It says, "It shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a crashing from the hills. How, you inhabitants of Meektesh, for the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off." You know, so a crashing from the hills. So we know that the stock market is going to crash. You know, and everybody that put their trust in riches are going to be cut off. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's selling their soul in the end days, you're through. You know, because all this money that you put your trust in is going to fail you. Okay? That's why it says you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money, man. You got to pick one. You know? And Yahweh Shemashah is going to let you hold on to that. That's why it says, "Go cry unto the gods which you have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation." See, when the stock market crashed and shit hit the fan, you going to be wiping your ass with green pieces of paper, man. It's just going to be paper. You know? But hey, you can't tell nobody that. They got to live it for themselves. But we have faith in Yahweh Shemashah. We know that He's going to crash the economy. We know that He's going to bring in the end of the world. And we know that shit's going to be fucked up out here. That's why we put all our trust in Yahweh Shemashah, man. You know, point blank period. This is Sirach 31. I want to read from the top. It says, "Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof drive away sleep. Watcheth care will not let a man slumber, and a sore diseaseth breaketh sleep. The rich have great labor in gathering riches together, and when he resteth, he is filled with his delicates. The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy. He that loveth gold shall not be justified, and he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof. God have been the ruin of many, and the destruction was present." So gold had been the ruin of many, and the destruction was present. So we know that um, these people that put their trust in money is going to be their destruction, man. You know, but it's going to be a hell of a day when the stock market crashes and all these people start jumping off of buildings and shit. You know, like in 2008. You know, when the Great Depression, people was jumping off of skyscrapers and shit, falling to their death and shit. It says, "It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken therewith. Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish, and have not gone after gold." You know, because at the end of the day, it is easy, okay, to make somebody rich. This is Sirach chapter 11 verse 21. It says, Marvel not at works of sinners, but trust in Yahweh Shemashah, and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord. For for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich. Okay? So it's easy for Yahweh Shemashah to make somebody rich. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be rich in the kingdom. We're gonna live it up. But this is not our rest right now. You know? We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. This is our punishment right now. So, we just got to take that on the chin. But it's easy for YAHAWASHI to make somebody rich. You know, God had been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken therewith. Blessed is the rich man that is found without blemish and have not gone after gold. Because you just worship you look at